Hi Butterfly, it's Eva Lane from anxiousrelief.com, and today I want to talk to you about a big subsection of my clients. I help women who experience anxiety and I help them through energy healing, and a big subsection of my clients are actually women who own their own business. And these women need to market themselves. They need to put themselves out there and they need to open themselves up to criticism and feedback from people when they are putting themselves out there in their marketing efforts. And let me tell you, Butterfly, I know exactly how they feel. Because what am I doing right now? I'm putting myself out there. I'm speaking my truth. I'm making my opinions known on anxiety and how energy healing and reiki can help women get through their anxiety. So many of my clients come to me and they say, oh, I really want this. I really want this business. I really want to work from my heart and speak my truth and tell the world what I do, but I am really super duper anxious about the criticism that might draw from people. It's a very real fear. And I want you to know that this is very natural and very normal. There's a couple of things that I do myself when I'm doing my marketing or putting my message out there, whatever it is you want to call it. And the first thing is to understand that a good 2/3 of your marketing is only ever testing. That's all you're ever doing, testing the market. You're throwing an idea out there and you're seeing what the reaction is. Now, you'll get positive reactions, and hopefully most of the reactions are positive. You'll also get negative reactions. Negative reactions aren't necessarily a bad thing because that shows you who your ideal client isn't. So for me, I have had the majority of my negative reactions have been from people who live in blame and live in a lot of a belief that their fear and their anxiety is real and true, and they don't believe that they can ever actually remove it from their lives. They believe it's just something that they'll always have to deal with, and they kind of go around and kind of make it their mission to prove anyone who says anxiety is something that can be overcome, it's like their mission to prove them wrong. So those people are definitely not my ideal client, and it's a blessing when those people make themselves known to me because I know that they aren't the type of person that I serve, and they're not the sort of person that I serve best. So I would not be doing them a service by trying to help them, and I'm not doing myself a service by trying to help them. So there's just really no need for me to put any energy into that type of person whatsoever. I think the term is don't feed the trolls. So, you know, when you are marketing and you are putting yourself out there, just know that a good 2/3 of what you're putting out there is just testing around, just sort of seeing what takes, what doesn't take, what are your audience liking, what are they not liking. And you will get that small minority that will sort of rise up as haters, but don't worry about them. They're not the ones that are going to be the people that you can help best. You're best focusing on the marketing that does take and does do well, and that will form the 1/3 of your marketing that you know works and that you know will get the results. So when you start knowing that, when you start knowing what is working, really focus your energy on that and build that out and make that the largest part of your marketing strategy. So number 2, and this is super duper important, know who you are and know what your message is. So as an example, just using me, I'm Eva Lane. I'm an energy healer. I'm attuned to Reiki, and I'm also attuned to the vibration of the Archangel Michael. I help women who have anxiety, and I help them through their anxiety issues by using energy healing and by using Reiki. And I have a number of in-person, one-to-one services where I heal people directly. And I also have my energy healing products, my energy healing courses. I've also written a number of books on energy healing for anxiety. So really know who you are, know what you stand for, know what you stand against. So I stand against the victim mentality. I stand against people who say, nope, anxiety is a lifelong affliction. It's just the way I'm built. There's no way that I can ever get over anxiety. I just need to learn how to manage it. That I stand against that kind of mentality. And I stand for showing people where their power lies and where their truth lies, and helping them see that a life without anxiety in it is not only attainable, it's also highly likely when you learn energy healing skills and techniques that I show people in my courses. So that's who I am, that's what I stand for, that's what I stand against. And you also need to make sure that what you do is in alignment with your values, so what you deeply stand for, so that you can sleep at night. So my values are about opening up other people's power within themselves so that they can then take the tools and the techniques that I teach them and use them and grow them and use them with their clients and use them in their everyday life. This is super duper important. You need to be comfortable with what it is you're doing. You need to know that it is okay, because if you're holding up a block like, I don't deserve to do this, or I'm not qualified to do this, or who am I to be teaching this stuff, then that will definitely come through in your marketing. And you don't want that. You want to have your message as free and as open and as true as possible so that you can get to the core of who you serve and you can help them best. Step 3 is knowing who you serve and knowing who you help best. So for me, my ideal client tends to be a woman who's around my age, and she often does own her own business, and she struggles with anxiety quite privately. This isn't something that she shares with the whole world. She doesn't wear her pain on her sleeve. In fact, she's quite a highly ambitious high achiever, and she's oftentimes very successful in what she does, and she presents a face to the rest of the world as someone who's kind of got it all together. She's super organized, and she's got all her ducks in a row, or at least that's what it looks like. She does the baking, and she puts the photos on Facebook, and she's got an amazing Instagram account, and has really pretty pictures, and really puts in a lot of effort in presenting this front to the world. But secretly, she worries that it's going to take is one thread, and she's going to completely and utterly unravel. She fights this war with anxiety very, very privately, and it's her deep personal private pain. And if she knew, she feels that if other people knew what struggle she was going through, she'd be quite embarrassed by that, because it would take down this image that she has of being the woman who has her life completely together. But if only she knew that all the other women out there who look like they've got it all together, all the other women that are like thriving in their businesses and doing really well, if if she only knew that there's a good portion of them who are also struggling with anxiety as well, really struggling with this idea of having to put themselves out there, really struggling with this fear of criticism and fear of being shouted down or fear of being trolled. If only she knew that there are so many women that are out there that are just like her, she would probably feel not quite so alone. So I do just say, knowing who you serve and how you serve them is really, really important in getting super, super clear and defined in your marketing. And by doing that, you don't have as much anxiety about the people that you don't serve, because you know that who you do serve. So usually your ideal client is not your family, not your friends. You will get well-meaning feedback from people who are concerned about you putting yourself out there, concerned about your marketing perhaps, but being super, super, super clear on who you serve is going to make it super, super, super clear on who you don't serve. So feedback from the people that you don't serve won't matter as much, and this won't cause as much anxiety for you. My butterfly, come over to anxiousrelief.com. I've got some really great energy healing guided meditations for anxiety over there. I've got the space between your brain cells meditation, which is really good for when you're trying to just get focus and clarity on what your marketing message might be. And I also have a grounding meditation, which can also help you just get super, super defined and super clear on who you are and what you stand for and what your purpose is, what your mission is. I'll put the links to those videos, to those MP3 meditations underneath this video. Okay, my butterfly, go forth and market yourself with clarity and knowing who it is and who you serve, and market only to them. Love and light.